You know that feeling when you just sense something big in tech is about to drop,
Oh, yeah, that buzz.
especially with smartphones, right? And well, right now, Apple's iPhone 17 is definitely stirring things up. But there's this one rumor about an iPhone 17 Air that's really got people talking.
hmm And what's interesting this time is it's not just whispers. We've actually got a video popping up showing what look like dummy models.
Exactly. Unbox Therapy got hold of some, apparently from Chinese manufacturers. 9 to 5 Mac picked up on it. And the main thing, just how incredibly thin this rumored iPhone 17 Air looks.
Right.
So that's our depth dive today. We're going to look at this leaked design, especially that super slim profile, figure out what might have been sacrificed, to get it that thin and what it all could mean for now.
Okay, let's jump right in. That thinness, it's the defining thing here. What are we actually seeing in these models?
So the number being thrown around is 5.65 millimeters. Just let that sink in. It's seriously thin. The article even said, thinner than a pencil, which kind of makes you remember pencils existed.
It does give you a good visual, though. And put into perspective, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is apparently around 8.75 millimeter thick, so this is
Mm.
quite a bit thinner.
Yeah, nearly a third thinner. That's a huge difference. But okay, you don't just shave off that much material without, well, giving something up, right?
Absolutely not.
What are the likely trade-offs here if this super thin thing is real?
Well, based on past rumors and just the implications of that design from the article,
Hmm,
the camera seems like the first place to look. The dummy in the video looks like it only has a single lens on the back.
just one. Wow. That's quite a departure from the multi-camera arrays we're all used to now.
It is no wide angle, no telephoto, presumably.
Hmm. So if that's the case, are they maybe planning some kind of like software magic to make up for it, or a totally new sensor? Or is this just a sign it's more a basic camera for this model?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
A single lens definitely simplifies the hardware, helps get it thin. Software can do amazing things, but yeah, you still have limits with just one focal length.
Okay, what else?
The other really likely compromise, just given how much less space there is inside, battery capacity.
Right. Less space, less battery. Kind of a no-brainer.
Pretty much physics, yeah. So that could mean, maybe not lasting the whole day quite as easily. You might need to charge more often or maybe be more careful with power-hungry apps.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And less room, less battery.
Yeah,
That immediately brings up something else Louis George Hilson teacher mentioned in the video itself, the structure. How sturdy can a phone that thin actually be?
right.
That idea of it bending in your pocket. It's a bit worrying. Remember Bendgate?
I do indeed. And look, we can't know the real durability from a dummy model, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's a fair concern. A thinner frame, maybe less internal support, it could potentially be more prone to flexing.
Yeah, definitely something you'd be a bit cautious about.
For sure.
Now, okay, this iPhone 17 Air, assuming it's real, it's not the only thing rumored for the iPhone 17 line, is it? How does this super thin idea fit into the bigger picture?
That's an interesting point the article touches on. Because other rumors suggest, for the iPhone 17 Pro, maybe an extended camera bar.
Extended? How so?
The idea is apparently to give more options for case customization. So that design seems to lean into more camera hardware, more features, more personalization, which is kind of the opposite direction of this minimalist, ultra-thin air model.
Huh. So they might be exploring really different paths within the same generation. Interesting, like trying to hit completely different user priorities.
Exactly. And then there was also that other rumor, wasn't there, about maybe a new budget E model?
Oh, right, yeah. Joining the yearly cycle, potentially. It sounds like Apple could be trying to cover more bases, different price points, different needs.
It certainly looks that way. And this Air, if the leak holds any water, seems squarely aimed at people who value, ultimate portability, that sleek, almost futuristic look.
Yeah. Which makes you think, what is the appeal of a phone that thin for you, the user?
Right.
I mean, the fashion angle is there, like the article mentioned. It looks cool, right?
Yeah.
Having something so impossibly thin.
Definitely a factor.
But practically, just think how little space it would take up.
Right.
In a pocket, in a bag. That lack of bulk, that everyday convenience, that could be a really big deal for some people.
Yeah, remember when phones kept getting smaller and smaller? Before the big screen push.
Totally. The convenience was amazing. Then, yeah, we wanted bigger screens, better batteries, and they got bigger again. Maybe the pendulum is swinging back a bit towards thinness.
Could be. It definitely plays into that desire for something streamlined, almost invisible until you actually pick it up.
Yeah.
But like we said, getting there might mean compromises in areas people also really care about.
And we absolutely have to stress again, like the article does, this is just a leaked dummy model we're talking about.
Crucial point, yeah.
How real it is, how close it is to a final product, that's completely up in the air right now.
Absolutely. These things can change a lot before launch. So it's fun to speculate, but it's definitely not confirmed info.
We'll just have to keep our ears to the ground
Oh,
and wait for the official word from Apple, probably around September, as usual.
sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's quickly recap. We've got this leaked video showing a possible iPhone 17 Air dummy. Key feature, it's incredibly thin, maybe 5.65 millimeter.
Right, and to get there, the likely trade-offs seem to be the camera, maybe just a single lens and probably a smaller battery.
Exactly. Plus, some questions raised about, how durable something that thin could be, though that's pure speculation for now.
And this whole push for thinness looks like just one possible direction for the iPhone 17 line, with other rumors pointing towards different priorities for, say, the Pro models.
Which really leads to a fascinating question for you, listening. If we're seeing this drive for thinner and thinner devices, what else might become a point of compromise in future phones?
Hmm.
Ultimately, what does enough mean to you in a smartphone? Is that super thin appeal worth potential hits to the camera or battery life? Or is there some kind of ideal balance we should be aiming for? Definitely something to chew on while we wait for September.